Okay, everybody, thank you for joining us for this Leading Ladies Lunch. And today we have a very special topic, and the topic is a leading self. And I've seen some of you coming in. So I believe many of you or the ladies are now logging into this very special system, which is we are having a very special lunch meeting with all the ladies. And this topic really resonate with me in terms of leading self, because I mean, if we can't lead ourselves, who can we lead, right? It all start with self. And next, and also right now, today is the end of February. March is coming, and we know March is a very special month for ladies because it is going to be the International Women's Week, which is going to be on the 8th of March. Yeah. So now it is actually quite near to the 8th of March, and really is the best time to talk about self, right? About leading self. Now, today we have a very special person with us, and we have our special speaker, guest speaker. Her name is Joanne, and for those who don't know me, my name is Pauline. Right, I'm the Singapore host for this Leading Ladies Lunch, and this Leading Ladies Lunch really is a platform to encourage women to come together. And you will realize that this is a very short session, like 45 minutes, and it's during lunchtime, so you do not need to show your face. All right. And just the speakers will show our face. So you can have your lunch at the same time. It's your lunch time. You treasure your lunch, yet you want to learn something. And the women can come together and we can do a lot of things together to learn from one another. We have a wealth of experience. And that's the reason why today we have a special guest with us, Joanne. And Joanne, I can share with you, I've known her for many years. We used to be college mates. Yeah, but when we were in college, we didn't know one another. All right. And it just happened that her hubby is my business partner. And Singapore, maybe Singapore is really small. When my business partner was introducing the wife, he said, "Okay, you both of you are in the same year, and you happen to be in the same school. So do you know each other?" They would say, "We don't know, but we have a lot of common friends. And apparently, in university, we take the same course. We're in the same faculty, and we still didn't see each other before. But right now, we work with each other, and she was also my consultant who has helped me in transforming myself when I have some form of an allergy and eczema. So later on, she will share more about her transformation, how she lead herself into today being one of a global wellness coach. So Joanne started off with being a school teacher. Yeah. And she taught a topic that many of us would not have thought of, and that is Chinese. Yes, and many of us can't even handle Chinese, our second language, our mother tongue well. Yet I've got a friend who actually teach Chinese. Now, a lot of us will know school teachers, they will just continue to teach. But you know what happened? When she was in her late 20s, I think in 27, 28, she actually quit her job as a teacher and started as an entrepreneur. So from one end of an iron rice bowl, being a teacher, she went to the other end of being an entrepreneur. Now, when she was at the peak of her entrepreneurship, she decided to do another job, which is to become a mom. And she stopped her career to become a full-time mom. So just as she was enjoying her full-time mom, she started to realize she missed out something and went back to become an entrepreneur. So this is where I'm going to introduce to you, and let's welcome Joanne. Joanne, maybe you can introduce more in depth to all the ladies over here, your transformation story, how you job hop or turn your role, transform your role from one to another. Come, Joanne.
Okay, wow. Thank you so much, Pauline. And hello, everybody. My name is Joanne. Very good afternoon. Yeah. Thanks so much for inviting me. I'm really very honored to be doing this. Yeah, sharing my story. And I haven't had my lunch really. So, but seeing all of you here, I am just feeling very full because very satisfied, to be able to do this. And I'm now living like the best time of my life. Yes, so like what Pauline shared, yeah, to introduce myself, so I'm a true blue Singaporean, right? All my life, all throughout my study years, I've had my education in Singapore. As you all know, Singapore is, very amazing country, right? So I've got all my education here, and yeah, as I studied university, I'm in the same faculty as Pauline, like what she mentioned. Yeah, we're doing business. All right. So my goal was to become, like a probably earn a lot of money, being in a corporate, climbing the corporate ladder. But who knows? There's this Asian financial crisis at the final year of our education, right? And that's the reason why it prompted me to probably think, rethink my career back then. And I decided to pursue my childhood ambition, and that is to be a teacher. How many of you like kids? So that's how as Pauline was introducing, so I got back some memories, yeah. So I joined my friend whose brother is a teacher. So she just casually asked me whether do I also want to go for the interview to be a school teacher back then. And without hesitation, I said, why not? Because yeah, we're having this economic crisis, and I guess it's quite hard to find jobs back then. And I thought, why not I just pursue my child ambition? Nothing to lose. And so I got in, and like what Pauline mentioned, they didn't offer me a school teacher to teach English, math, or science. Rather, they offered me to teach Chinese, simply because I score pretty well for my Chinese, in school. So, being a Chinese, right? And I said, okay, I will do Chinese. Yeah, but never. I didn't imagine that it would be so tough, to be honest. Being a teacher. So, but I made it. I mean, I pulled through my 4.5 years of teaching. Yeah, I actually enjoyed it, but it was tough, and I started to have some health issues back then. Yeah, and that's the reason why I decided to take a break. And yeah, at the age of 26, yeah, 26, 27, I decided to take a break from teaching simply because of health issues. Yeah, I told myself back then I wanted to care for myself. Yeah, work is important, but it's not everything, to me. Yes, and back then I'm already married, and my husband and I, we actually, we have big dreams for our future, right? I'm sure many of us do. When we're starting a family, we want to start a family with big dreams, and we happen to chance upon this concept of the cash flow quadrant. This book called Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. I'm sure some of us are very familiar with that. So we read that book, and my husband and I discussed, and also it resonated with me to want to be my own boss. I wanted to start my own business, even though I don't know what kind of business. And because I studied business, right? Right. So, yeah. And with my education background, and we thought it would be good to do something related to education as well. And so we chanced upon an opportunity, which is to start a childcare center. And without much research actually as well, we just jumped at it, and I started to open that childcare center. Okay, it's a franchise, and at the age of 27, a lot of people think that I'm very brave to do this at 27 years old without much capital, no experience in running a business. And that's the reason why I decided to take up the franchise, because having a franchise system, that kind of support, it gives me more assurance that I can do it, I can make it. Yes, and of course with my husband's support. And don't ask me how we raised the money. Okay, we just managed to raise some money, able to start that childcare business. And I did whatever I can, including studying, going for early childhood diplomas, diploma in teaching, yeah, and really learning through the hard way of hiring staff, talking to the parents. Yeah, steep learning curve, right? I mean, as we embark a new career, a new business. So it was a very interesting entrepreneurial journey for me, right? And I actually enjoyed it, to be honest. Yeah, I'm someone who loves challenges, and I love kids. So it's kind of a very rewarding journey for me. And as to why I decided to stop, as Pauline also mentioned earlier, okay, if you didn't hear it, because I became a mom. All right, so I became a mom. Also, my dream come true, to be honest, because I wanted to start a family. However, well, my health hasn't been in the pink of health. I mean, I
Mm. I think it's is it me or probably Joanne, the Wi-Fi over there? Yes. Well, she's just mentioning that she isn't in the pink of health, and she went to become a mom. And from what I know for Joanne, okay, just let me text her. All right, so see whether she sees. Okay, so from what I understand, I mean, I've known her for so long. She and her husband, it took them some time for them to have this child. Yeah, the first child. In fact, it was like 10 years into their marriage before they really have kids. Yeah, so I believe being a mother, she mentioned, right, she got married at about 25, 26 years old, and she really had her first child 10 years after she got married. So it wasn't easy for them to have that first child. Yeah. And that was the time after they had their child. I mean, being a new mother, and she still have to take care of this childcare center, it's really very tough in for her. And a childcare center, as you can see in Singapore, there are a lot of challenges as well, because the rental, from what I heard from her, the rental always goes up. I mean, in Singapore, rental always goes up. So when rental goes up, what do you have to do? You have to increase the fees. So when you increase the fees for the childcare center, what's going to happen is people will just, I mean, the parents will just say that, okay, I'm just going to go to another childcare center. It's just so competitive, right? Yeah. So, okay, Joanne is back. All right, Joanne, I was just
Right.
sharing. Yeah, hi, yes. I was just sharing that while you change your name, maybe when you change your name. So while I was just sharing your story that you waited for like 10 years to have your first child. Yes, and also it is not easy for you to run a childcare center, as the childcare center, the rental keeps going up. So these are the issues that you are facing, and not only that, also with staff as well. Yes, so maybe you can continue on with your story. Yes, are you okay? I think your Wi-Fi is still like hanging. Okay, all right. So maybe you want to speak.
Yes,
Right.
is it better now?
Oh, we can hear you. We can hear you, but it's a little bit slow. In terms of
Okay.
your yes. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, we
Okay.
can hear you.
Can you hear me now? Is better now?
Yes. Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes. Okay.
The image is a bit pixelated. Yeah.
Okay. I apologize. I'm not sure why. Yeah. So, do I continue my story?
Yeah, you continue. Yes.
Okay, yeah. So I was saying, yeah, I ran the childcare center for 10 years and I became a mom, yeah. So, yes, so there were a lot of factors lah. Basically, like what Pauline shared also, running a business in Singapore, the rental is scary, yeah. It keep increasing. So every 2, 3 years, the rental increase, and also because of manpower, so there's a turnover and government regulations. So as you know, it's not an easy place to do business in Singapore because of the high cost, yeah, and the stress of running the business as well. So after I became a mom, and it really made me wonder about, what I really want, So also thanks to the blessing of my husband, he actually supported the idea of me being a stay-at-home mom. Yeah, so that's when I decided to stop the childcare business and become a full-time stay-at-home mom in order to spend more time with my own children rather than having to spend a lot of time with other people's children. Okay. Yes. So that's the reason why I, yeah, become a stay-at-home mom. Does that
So
answer your question?
what makes you want to, after being a mom, entrepreneur is so tough. Back to entrepreneurship again.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
right. So after a few years of being a stay-at-home mom, I actually start to wonder again. So is this the rest? Is this how the rest of my life going to be? That means, do I really want to be just a stay-at-home mom for the rest of my life? Even though I really enjoy that time with my children. Okay, I only have one back then, right? And well, one thing I don't like for sure is the fact that I don't have any income, right? Even though my husband is doing financially well, and yeah, as you can see, I mean, I'm living a good life, very comfortable. It's just that deep down inside me, I studied all those years and I have a degree and I used to do a business. And even though my dream is to become a mom, but as I spend a lot of time with my children, with my girl, and I also start to wonder what kind of role model am I being to her. So one fine day, as I was just chit chatting with her, and I just casually asked her, as all moms do, right? We ask our children, what do you want to be when you grow up? So the answer she gave was, I want to be like you, no need to work, to be a housewife. So how would you feel if you were me? Yeah, if you hear your own child saying that. So when I heard that, I kind of got a shock because I didn't know what an impact I had on her, being the role model for her. So silently, I just made that decision. I wanted to have my own career again, although I didn't know what to do. And I also wanted to look for something that allows me that time flexibility. Yeah, and also, of course, the financial independence. So yeah, that's how I also start to have the idea of starting your own business again. Just that I didn't know what business to go in. Okay, and because shortly after, I also conceived my second child. Very very blessed. Yeah. So and because of that, that actually caused me to put on a lot of weight. As with all the pregnant mummies, right? You put on a lot of weight, and then after childbirth, you try to lose the weight by exercising, going to the gym. And I realized that it's very difficult for me at the age of 39 years old. I had my second child. And so, with really amazingly, one of my friend came to share with me this 90 days program, and I decided to embark on a 90 days weight management program, and that helped me lose 10 kg back to my pre-pregnancy size and figure, and I also recovered from my hyperthyroidism. So that's how I chanced upon this new business opportunity. And without much hesitation, I decided to embark on it simply because I felt that my own transformation was amazing. So maybe I can share with you my own transformation. Yes.
Yeah, probably you
Okay.
can show us in terms of, yeah, in that transformation, what that is that inspire and motivate, yeah, in terms of leading yourself. Because I think, well, yeah, you are sharing the slides. Because a lot of ladies, I think, there's this thing about ourselves that we lose confidence, especially I'm a mother myself as well. I went through the stage where I was always slim. Yeah. And I'm not sure about you if I've given birth to children, but I put on about 25 kg during my first pregnancy. And I thought I couldn't go back to my usual size, the size before. Thankfully, is it okay? Can you do the sharing? Yeah, yeah, it's coming up. Yes,
Yes.
it's
Can you
good.
see?
Yeah, so
Okay.
it's coming up. It's coming up. All right. Okay, you're gonna do the slideshow? Yes.
Okay, yeah. So this is first of all my own transformation. So you can see as a business owner, I look like that. It will, not a fantastic shape. And after that, I put on even more weight after my childbirth. So I was trying very hard to slim down, but I couldn't. So, and in 2016, end of 2016, I embarked on a 90 days program, and that allowed me to lose 10 kg. And until today, I still look slim and slender. And yeah, most people who know me think that I look much better than before. Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
And then subsequently, yeah, and these are some of the people that I've helped. So this lady called Sandra, so she's actually my student when I was a Chinese teacher. Yeah, so she saw my transformation, and she also embarked on the program after her childbirth. So she had two children, and each time she took on the program again to regain her pre-pregnancy weight. And she looks amazing now, even though she's already 37 years old this year.
Mm.
Yes. And another lady, so her name is Angeline. She's my beautician. So when she saw how I slimmed down very quickly after my second child, she also wanted to start the program to also slim down. And today, both Sandra, Angeline, and a few more, they are also in the business with me. So we call ourselves the mompreneurs. Yeah, in fact, wellness mompreneurs. All right. So this is another lady, Francisca. So she's also trying to lose that tummy of hers. And through this 90 days program, she not only lost 10 kg, and this was a few years ago. And today, if you look at her, she looks amazing. She looks very young. She's already 50 years old, but her whole family looks absolutely gorgeous and youthful. All right. And this another of my friend, very good friend, and now also a business partner. So her name is Felicia. She suffers from cholesterol problem and of course post-pregnancy weight gain. So through the 90 days program, she also lost 10 kg and also recovered from her cholesterol issue. Yes, and another mummy called Mandy. So she's a mother of three. Yes, and she has gestational diabetes, and because of that, her health really took a toll. And because of the program, now she's super energetic, and she also looks amazing. Yeah, so these are just some of the people that are helped along the way, and that's why being in this wellness entrepreneurship journey, it really gives me a lot of satisfaction. Yeah.
So this is, but we are talking about, well, there is a lot of all this satisfaction that we see in ladies because we can relate to them, right? And when we being mothers ourselves, we know how difficult it is when we lose our confidence. Even though we know when we were to so-called sacrifice our physical body for childbirth, and our husband or our spouse, our partner will won't, I mean, they will still continue to appreciate us, but that does not mean that we lose ourselves, right?
Yes, that's right.
Key things maybe because you have gone through like working with so many ladies. I think I see that most of your customers, or clients are, or people whom you have transformed are actually ladies. What do you think, in terms of what you have done, help them in terms of building their self-confidence? Yes.
Yes, yes, definitely. I totally agree. As we become moms, a lot of us lose our self-identity. Yeah, and we thought that, wow, our focus, is all on the kids. Yeah, and ultimately that also affected the relationship, yeah, between the couples. So I think that when this happens, really a lot of the marriages they have issues, and I always believe it's back to actually self-love and caring for yourself. Yeah. So when I do this, and I realize a lot of ladies outside, they really want to look better, but they don't know how. Yeah, they have no means of, no ways of slimming down, yeah, or looking better, yeah, to find back their self-confidence. So through this, I find that really we help ladies gain back their figure and also self-confidence. And when they realize that it's about loving themselves first before loving others. Yeah, and it actually helps to improve their family relationships and relationship with their loved ones as well. Yeah, with their spouse, and that actually helps to create happier families. Happier relationships. Yes. Okay.
So we are talking about first you
Yeah.
have helped them to transform physically. Yeah. But I realized subsequently many of them whom you have shown, they kind of like you also mentioned, okay, I help them to transform and they lose weight, but they become a business partners. So how does it
Yes.
work? Why is it that they suddenly become your business partners? Yeah, what is that,
Mm,
in terms of gains that do they get in terms of financially? Because we talk about, yes,
yes.
physical, we want to be better. So when we are more confident, we are better emotionally because now we gain back the
Mhm.
confidence in ourselves. But I think
Yes.
also other thing that they have gained is financial. Yes.
Mm.
Probably you want to
Okay.
share a little bit more in terms of leading self financially as well. Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes. Okay, yeah. Thanks, Pauline, for this great question. Yeah, because personally for me, yeah, that's also one of the reasons why I decided to do this business. Simply because when my friend told me about there is a business opportunity here, simply by transforming yourself, and when I started to share with my family and loved ones, not only they buy the product from the company, I actually benefited by getting some kind of remuneration or commission, right? And I realized that, oh, the reward is pretty good. Yeah. And this is my own business. I can do it at my own pace. Yeah. And I start to have that kind of freedom, flexibility of time, and the more people I help, the more income I receive. Yes. And then I realized there is this opportunity because it's a network marketing. So when I start to help the people around me and they also benefited and they also started sharing, they in turn also become my business partners. And they also started to receive that income from the company. Yes, and so on and so forth. So this amazing compensation plan, they call it the sixth generation 5%. It's a global business opportunity. So for me, it's like the best business in the world because there is no risk. Unlike my previous childcare business, I have to have an office, I have to have a center, I have to pay rental, I have to hire staff. So compared to what I was doing previously, none of this need to happen. I don't need to hire anyone. We are all fellow business partners. All we need to do is to share the goodness of the products and to help more people to transform their lives, transform their health. Yes, and ultimately the company just pays us for doing so, for promoting their products. And these are real products and real people and real lives that are transformed. So to me personally, it's like a no risk business. Yeah, that's why I love it the most.
This is something that I realized also, that you have started to help people, they become happier and they become financially rewarding. Now, ladies, if you have any questions for us, do you see there's a chat bot? Okay, there's a chat box. There is, you can use that chat box to, I can't use chat, sorry. You can use a Q&A box, sorry. There's a Q&A box. And in the Q&A box, you can ask any questions. I'll read out your question, okay? Because some the participants will not be able to see. But once you use the Q&A box, you have any questions for Joanne or for me, feel free to type in your questions and we will actually answer your questions, okay? Yeah, so I have another question for, if you don't have, I have another question for Joanne because I'm very interested to find out. Because, there's this term called mompreneur. Mothers, we always have an issue. That's why Joanne has been dancing, I call cha-cha. So now I need to take care of my career. Oh, I want to have children. So I give up my career. Then now when I have children, I lose myself. I want to go back to my career. So you see, we are always in that dilemma. What should we be doing? Should we, if we have our children and focus a lot on our children, we lose ourselves. Then we are not leading ourselves. At the end of the day, our children will say, Mommy, I want to be like you, not working. So we are becoming not a role model for the children, right? But if we spend too much time in our career, entrepreneurship is like what a lot of parents or mothers are facing. I have to sacrifice the time. I can't see my children grow up. Now, maybe Joanne, you want to teach us a little bit or share with us a little bit more because you are a mompreneur. Everybody love having two things, having the flexibility of time, can take care of my children, yet I work when I have the time, right? How do we do that? You see, it's like the best of both worlds. When my children are in the childcare center or when they're schooling, I will do my stuff. So I have the flexibility to earn money. I have the flexibility to take care of myself. I have the flexibility to also take care of them. How do you make all this work? Really?
Wow. Yes, Pauline, yeah, thanks. Yeah, to be honest, initially I also struggle with this, yeah, especially from a homemaker, and then coming out to do this business, yeah. And that's one of the challenges I have in the beginning. Even though I call myself a mompreneur, but sometimes I also find that wow, I need to, like run my own business, but I also want that flexibility of time, so how do I balance, right? And I realized actually I have freedom of choice. I have freedom of choice. It's not like previously when I was running my own childcare or when I was a school teacher. My hours are dictated by the boss, by the school, and I have to be there for my business, previously, yeah. But right now, I get to choose whatever time that I want to do my work, my business, and also when my kids need me, I can be there for them. Like certain, well, like for example, now I'm at home and my girl is coming back soon. She will see me. Yes, and certain time of the year they have certain like parent teacher meeting or conferences or like concerts or like learning journeys, and I can be a parent volunteer, and I can choose to go or not depending on me, and I can plan my schedule, around my kids. Yeah, weekends. Of course, there are sometimes running my own business. There's also some days where I need to attend meetings and all that. But when I explain to my children and they understand, it's just like them going to school. They have their own priorities. They have their own, CCA. They have their own lessons and all that. So they also understand the discipline of running my own business. I need to also develop that routine for myself. Yeah, because until I get there, like total financial and time freedom, where I don't need to do anything. But is that really what I want? Sometimes I ask myself. I don't think so because I feel doing this, right, it gives me a lot of mission to help people and a lot of purpose in life. Yeah, rather than actually I just want to quickly earn money and then like financially free and do nothing, so it's scary for me because I've had that for a few years of doing nothing except with my kids, and I don't really enjoy that, to be honest, because I feel that every one of us, we are here and we have a purpose, we have a contribution, we can contribute, we can add value to people. So when I start to prioritize, like sometimes I do have very busy days, very long days, but I also get to have days that I can spend the whole day with my kids, like especially weekends, I get to choose, like Sundays, totally, I don't have to like dread going back to work on Monday because for me it's totally, every day is just like a normal day to me. Yeah, it's like a Sunday or a Monday if you wish. I mean, if you like. Yeah. So being a mompreneur, I feel it's about having the best of both worlds. Yeah, you can decide when you want to do your business or when you want to spend time with family. To me, it's like win-win. Yeah, it doesn't have to be this or that. Yes, I hope this answered the question, Pauline.
Yeah, it is really enlightening, right? Because Joanne have stated something which is I have the freedom of choice. This is really very empowering because we were talking about leading self. If we don't have the choices, we can't design our life. And imagine if I'm a mother and I keep telling my children, I have no choice. And that negativity will really impact our children going forward because to them my mom has no choice but to work. And I've seen quite a number of ladies who really every time at work I've seen those ladies before, and they do nothing but just complain about bosses during lunchtime, complain about their hubby not helping them. And after that, they will complain they have no time for themselves. So, my last question for Joanne would be this: what is your typical day like in leading yourself? Maybe you want to share with us. Yeah. Yeah, something I can
Okay.
take away from you. How you lead yourself to be, from looking, how I know someone has led herself well is when she looks younger and younger and younger. Yeah, you can see from her
Okay.
vibe, from her positivity, and from her energy. Yeah, if you can't tell, we are almost 50 years old. Yeah, right, a half
Yeah.
a. So how do you really continue that kind and be a motivation for all the ladies how to lead ourselves, your typical day life? Yeah, maybe you want to share.
Okay.
Mm.
Yeah. Thanks, Pauline. Frankly, for me, I don't like to waste time. Yeah. So, and my body clock is such that every day by 7 a.m. I would be awake. Sometimes, of course, I have a previous late night and I don't sleep early as well. I'm not an early bird. Yeah, I typically sleep after midnight because I have a long day, and I like to also do some self-reflection. Yeah, so when I wake up, like for example, this morning, 7 plus, and I also try to, like really practice gratitude. Okay, because right now we have a team. I do we call gratitude practice. Okay, have you heard of the book, The Magic? So it's from the book The Secret. So it talks about law of attraction. So with that, every morning I also take some time to write down my 10 blessings for the day, what I'm truly grateful for, to start my day on a very positive note. And then in the morning, I also have a Zoom grouping around 8:30 with some of my teammates. So we would actually practice gratitude together. And after that, I will start my day. For example, today I have a 9:30 breakfast appointment. So every day I would plan my day such that every 2, 3 hours I would have an appointment. Yeah, simply because the nature of my business is really to connect to people, to talk to people, and to find out their needs and how can I help them. Be it for their health, beauty, do they want to look young and stay healthy and youthful, or for the business opportunity, are they looking for opportunity to change their life? So whatever problems, I would be happy to lend a listening ear, and I can also offer some solutions. Of course, it's also up to them whether they would like to accept the solution or not. To me, it's never a rejection. Yeah, because by giving them an option, at least my friends, my prospects, they have the opportunity, right, to decide for themselves whether they want to accept the gift or not. Yeah, so for me, I enjoy doing my work because I get to connect to a lot of friends. So, for example, like after a breakfast appointment, usually I will have a lunch appointment. So of course today my appointment is with all of you ladies. Okay, and after this, as I mentioned, if I have no appointment, I can be at home. I can spend a day with my kids. Or if I choose to come back for a rest, because some days I have a long day, and I can come back home, take a rest, and be with my kids before I go out for another like tea or dinner appointment. Yeah, and that's how I usually plan my days, like at least 3 to 5 appointments. And in between, I would do some reading or listen to recording. And I also find a time to exercise. So recently, I made a promise to myself every day I would at least do a 15 minutes workout, right? Yeah, simply because at our age, like Pauline mentioned, we are coming to 50 years old. It's really not about losing weight or what. It's really about exercising to keep the muscle to actually strengthen our muscle and as well as our joints. Yeah, it's really for physical vitality and health. So yeah, health is number one priority to me. And with family, for me, it's either my health, my family, my business. Yeah, I don't really indulge in any other activities or hobbies. I know some people like to watch Netflix and etc. I really hardly do that, to be honest. Yeah, my days are always filled with really like for my business or with my family. So I hope this answers your question.
Yeah, I
Thank
think
you.
there is something that I think it really works very well, which is to start your day with gratitude. Yes, that is something and a habit. I think if I were to take this, it's really probably a lot of ladies would have thought of, okay, family life, but to start the day with gratitude. Really, that makes a whole lot of a difference. And Joanne was saying, write down 10 things that she's grateful for the day before it even starts. Sometimes to be alive, I also write my 10 gratitudes every day. And the first thing I always say is, I am happy and grateful to be alive. Just that it will start the day with positivity. And she also brought in something that I find that is really important in leading ourselves, which is it is not just about other people, but we take care of ourselves physically in terms of exercising. And I know Joanne herself, she really takes care of her nutrition needs as well. Yeah, she eats really healthily and she supplemented with the right supplements as and when they are needed. Yeah, and also surround herself with positive people so that she's always happy. Her team is always happy. Yeah, because they are full of gratitude. So imagine we are surrounded by such nice people, right? So this is where the next round in on 26 March, we're going to have another session. You can see how positive we are. So bring all your other ladies friends to come on. You can have a lunch with us. All right. So you can hear all these chats and the good vibes of ladies whom we are in. Now, if you want to know more about this leading ladies lunch, so maybe allow me to share that this leading ladies lunches, there is actually a membership if you want to know more how to connect with ladies globally. So you can see that Joanne is not only doing a local business, her business, I know she has clients worldwide as well. And she's able to support, like Francisca, I know she's living in, is it Indonesia?
Yeah, her family is Indonesia. She's a Singaporean right now.
Yes, right. So I remember she's saying, wow, she's from Indonesia and she even supports her family way back in Indonesia. So you can see right now the world is getting smaller. We are closer to one another. So these leading ladies lunches as well, even if you want to, maybe you are overseas like me, and you know, right now I'm actually in US. Yeah, in United States, and Joanne is in Singapore. Yet we are using Singapore time, and our founder, you don't see her, but Catherine, she's in Australia. So we are in three different time zones, yet in the same platform of leading ladies lunches. It's a global online where we really share all our developments, all our insights, and ladies in the whole world can connect our valuable insights with such live webinars. So if you want, you can sign up for this a membership, and it includes the 6 conscious leadership workshop, and you have exclusive access to the conscious leader, which is a downloadable copy of the Conscious Leader book by Catherine Malloy. She's a well-known author and she has written really, yep. Maybe Catherine, because they can't see you, right? You have to speak in order for them to see. Okay, so you may want to show Catherine, come. They need to see an author. I let you speak for a while.
A big hello to everybody. It's been wonderful listening to you, Joanne. And thank you so much for hosting, Pauline. I hope everyone's been having something great to drink and to eat while you've been listening. And, please don't forget anything you'd love us to read out, pop in that Q&A. But yes, the conscious leader we've spoken around on 7 different continents of the world now, even in Antarctica last year. So it's so important to understand, that personal power comes from using that right emotion at the right time.
Yes. So if you want, right now there is a buy one, give one to empower another woman. So what is the best gift to give another woman during the International Women Week? Would be the membership to inspire and be inspired. So share your knowledge, share your journey, and learn from the experience of others as you grow. You help others to grow as well. So you can get access to mentoring too to join the exclusive chat rooms while you and other hosts can offer guidance, answer questions, and provide support for one another. So right now, make full use of this buy one, give one membership model, and you can start to join this global ladies community. All right. So if you're ready to sign up, go in. If you have any questions, feel free to type in the Q&A. Okay. So if you find that this is really a really I would say a fulfilling and satisfying and really good session for everyone to share the knowledge with one another. Next month, we do have another session. Feel free to get your friends to join in as well. And remember to join us for the next session on the 26th of March. It's always going to be like 12:30 to 1:15, 45 minutes. Grab your lunch, grab your drinks, and you can join us for the next session. And next session, let me take a look. The topic, it will still be on leadership, and let me see, the topic would be, let me see if I have it with me. All right. Let me see what is the next topic. So you might want to wait for our publicity. It is going to be leading with action. All right. So we started off with leading from the heart. That's in January. And today we talk about leading self. And next month, on the 26th of March, we will be talking about leading with action. And I will have another guest speaker to come on board to share with you how she has led herself with action and see the transformation in her life. Thank you very much for joining this session, and I see you next month. Bye bye.
Thank you, Pauline. Thank you, everyone. Bye.